This is going to be a tough post-game show because this was a really, really bad game of basketball played by the Raptors. They were, from the first minute to the last minute to the very last second, actually, this was very bad by the Raptors. Let's talk about why in tonight's post-game show. So the news before the game was that Scotty Barnes are going to be out with a hip contusion, which obviously, losing your top guy is a problem. Losing one of your creators is a problem when you have so little creators. But, we've had earlier games in this season where RJ Barrett has played really well as the lead creator, has had some interesting pick and roll partnership developing with Jakob Poeltl. So, I thought there was a chance here for the Raptors to stay in the game a little bit more. And in the end, maybe they did stay in the game, but throughout the game, they did not play well. They seriously did not play well, like anywhere, honestly. Really, really struggled to get through that one, but maybe some glimpses kept it only 20 because it definitely could have been worse. Remember to hit that like button if you enjoy along the way. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. So first quarter, the Raptors were down. They ended the quarter down 26-24. And honestly, it was astonishing that they were only down by 2 points because they were playing so horrifically. They were shooting 40.7% from the field. They were 1 of 8 from 3. The team that hit 8 threes in a row to end the game on Monday hit 20 threes in that game as a whole on Monday, hit 5 threes yesterday against the Celtics, and hit 6 threes in this entire game. 6 threes made in this entire game. But in the first quarter in particular, they made 1 of 8. They were 11 of 27 from the field, so shooting terribly. The Pacers were shooting like 50% from the field in the first quarter, but they turned it over so much. And the Raptors got more offensive rebounds. The Pacers had 9 turnovers in the first quarter. The Raptors only had 4. The Raptors also had 4 offensive rebounds. The Pacers had 1. So the Raptors were dominating the possession battle, but still were losing because they were playing so poorly on offense. Like, they had RJ Barrett, they had Emmanuel Quickley, but if it wasn't them, like, nobody else was doing anything as far as creation is concerned. RJ just essentially was playing iso ball the entire game, trying to make things happen on his own. It didn't really work out. He ends up going 5 of 15 overall in this game, 1 of 6 from 3, as we see here. Quickly struggled up until the fourth quarter, but we will get to the fourth quarter. Pacers started the second quarter, continuing to turn over the ball, and the Raptors eventually took a 28-26 lead. I think that might have been their only lead of the game. And then more of these difficult possessions started to kind of arise up. Raptors started to struggle. Pacers started to kind of be a little bit more better at not turning over the ball. And once the possession battle started to swing in the other direction, and it did swing in the other direction on turnovers, the Pacers started to really roll a little bit in this game. Halliburton was great throughout. He started to heat up a little bit. He was 12 of 15 in this game, 7 of 9 from 3. The Raptors just really struggled to stop him. When he went in the paint, they converged. They gave him kickouts. Miles Turner went 5 of 5 from 3. Halliburton, in the end, had 11 assists with his 33 points. So Halliburton absolutely dominated here. I felt like defensively, though, we limited the Pacers in the second quarter to a certain degree. They only scored 25 points in the second quarter. I know Halliburton was playing well, but we only scored 17. So the offense just was not there. And that continued to the second half. There was just nothing the Raptors could do to create advantages, and as a result, they were just super inefficient all through the game. Like, they were not creating any advantages whatsoever, but still were able to kind of keep in the game with a little bit of with a little bit of defense, able to go on a little bit of a run to start the third quarter when the Pacers started turning over the ball a little bit more. But when they were not getting bailed out by Pacers turning the ball over, the Raptors absolutely stunk in this game. Then, when it was kind of closer because they were turning over the ball, the Raptors made the horrific decision to sub out Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett for a few minutes. They did it in the second quarter, but only did it for 30 seconds. In the third quarter, it was it felt like 12 minutes, but it was probably only a couple minutes without RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley on the floor. And every possession was basically a turnover or a terrible shot, because nobody could handle the ball without turning it over. Nobody could do anything. Nobody could handle the ball. It wasn't RJ Barrett or Emmanuel Quick. And I get the Raptors aren't very good. They've made trades. Barnes without injured. But if that's the case, like, why would you take off Barrett and Quickly at the same time when those are the only two guys that can literally do anything? So, and when I say they could not score, they could not score. The Pacers made it a 15-point game. They went on an 8-0 run. Raptors shooting 40% from the field. 8 turnovers in that quarter specifically. So that possession battle that was saving the Raptors, well, now it was kind of going back in the Pacers' favor because the Raptors, in the end, turned the ball over in this game 21 times. The Pacers, by contrast, only turned over. They turned over 20. They turned over a lot as well. But when you had that working for you and then you give it back to them, it's a problem. So even though we get 11 more offensive rebounds, and in the end we do probably maybe slightly edge the possession battle. It was just so bad offense for the Raptors, couldn't do anything. I'll give them credit. Even in the fourth quarter, they were engaged, trying to make plays. RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly put a little bit of a run together. Like, Quickly had a pretty good fourth quarter. And in the end, like, he goes 8 of 15 with 18 points. But the problem was in the end here that they weren't able to do enough on their own, and they had like pretty much no help. Then it got sloppy, missing rotations, miscommunications on screens. Like I said, Halliburton shot the shit out of it from 3. 7 3-pointers for Halliburton in this game, 7 of 9. The Raptors' entire team shot 6 of 27 from 3. So when one player on the other team has more threes than your entire team, you're probably not going to win that basketball game. No Pirtle in the fourth quarter as well, which was strange. I guess he was on a minutes restriction, but the game was kind of summed up in the end. The Pacers tried to dribble out the clock. They let the shot clock expire. Then the Raptors on the inbound to dribble out the clock, presumably. And the police are here because of how bad this was, if you hear those sirens. The Raptors tried to inbound the ball so they could too run out the clock and then turned it over. Then the Pacers turned it back over. So, Raptors getting a steal when the Pacers were trying to run out the clock. And then Grady Dick shoots a 3 when the Pacers were already trying to run out the clock and misses. And then the Raptors get the rebound, and Grady Dick gets the ball back and shoots another 3 and misses. So, just to make it even worse, because we didn't miss enough threes tonight. Grady Dick misses 2 not only meaningless, but probably also disrespectful threes to end the game. That was comfortably one of the worst games they've played this season. And yeah, like Barnes is pretty important, I'd say, on both ends of the floor. But still, this was horrifically played. This was horrifically coached. Rotations were at times mind-boggling bad. This was a bad game. Thankfully, we probably won't see as many bad games on the horizon because the schedule is about to get a whole lot easier for the Raptors. They get Chicago in Chicago next up on Friday. Chicago suck. Orlando are struggling. We get them twice, both away from home. Then it's home for Utah, Washington, and Philly. Then away at Utah and Portland. There are some easy games coming up for the Raptors. So, I get that tanking is the priority for this team, and losses are good, but I want a little bit more of a fight than what the Raptors produced tonight. But they play like this, like they're still going to lose a bunch of the games going on right now, even if it is an easier schedule. So yeah, that was a game I never want to relive. I want to go to bed and throw up because this was terrible. That's it. That's all I got.